in 2012, when I made my first presentation as leader of the opposition, you would recall that I did say that one of the first things that I would have done had we won the election then was fundamental tax reform. So this was always a policy of the Jamaica Labour Party. We did it in 2009 when we doubled the threshold then. Many other things distracted the full implementation of the policy. And so we were always committed to shifting, doing that fundamental reform, which the IMF describes as a bold reform. And Mr. Speaker, all the presentations are there. All the presentations are there to show that this was always policy for us. But I'm coming to your point, because I know the point you're going to make. When we contemplated it, Mr. Speaker, I see some members here who were there with us agonizing because the data was not forthcoming. And so we didn't have all the data to make the decision. No, we made a request. But we did get the data eventually. And we calculated based upon what we had offered. And our offer was to remove personal income tax from persons who were earning 1.5 million and below, who were on the PAYE system. That came up to 118,000 persons. Our initial calculations was that it would be somewhere between $12.5 to $16.5 billion. And we worked out how we would find that revenue. Mr. Speaker, we won the elections. We looked at the full picture. And we have come to this house, Mr. Speaker, and we have delivered 1.5 plus. Mr. Speaker, no, it's not 118,000 persons getting the tax break. No, it's almost 251,000 Jamaicans who will no longer have to pay income tax on their income. Mr. Speaker, that is a fundamental shift in tax policy. For 30 years, governments after governments after governments have studied, and there have been reports after reports after reports which have recommended this shift, but no government has been bold enough to do it. This government has done it. So, Mr. Speaker, the people have gotten a benefit, and we must not grudge the people for the benefit that we have given them. Now, Mr. Speaker, now, you see, Mr. Speaker, people who talk about giving it with one hand and taking it back with the other don't understand tax policy. There is no government that says you are not going to pay tax. There's no government that says that. What governments say is that when you are applying a tax, you must do it in such a way that the tax does not disincentivize work. And income tax can be a disincentive. What we are saying, Mr. Speaker, is that you earn all your income and you pay tax when and how you decide to consume. Mr. Speaker, with the additional revenue, the additional income that you get, you know it, You can decide if you're going to pay a tax or if you're going to invest. You can decide if you're going to buy Brazilian hair or you're going to pay a school fee. You're going to decide if you're going to buy a car or you're going to buy a house. You can decide whether or not you're going to buy shares on the junior stock market or you're going to save in the mortgage bank. Mr. Speaker, we have given choices to the Jamaican people. Opportunity. And I said to the people who are here all grumbling, well, when they see their paychecks with the increased amounts, I said to you, take that amount and put it aside and build up your down payment for a house. I said to you, with the increased amount that you get, you are now an effective demander of housing. You can now afford a mortgage. Take it now and go and look for a house, find a mortgage and buy the house. Right now, I appeal to all those people who have been liberated of tax to make the most significant investment that you can make. Take that money and buy house and build house, no matter if them bad mind you for your house. Take that money and buy big house if you want. Is the greatest investment that you will make. And when you take that money and you buy a house or you buy land or you start to build, you start to employ people and that start to create jobs and that drive the economy. Mr. Speaker, that is what you call prosperity.